questions for Jalen?
When's the last time you had a game like that?
Oh, high school. It's been a minute, man. I had a lot of texts from people back home. They were like, "Man, you put up some numbers that you used to do in high school," and I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "It's been a while to have a game that that felt like that," and most importantly, I'm happy that we got the win.
Did you catch wind of the fact that you had more rushing yards than anybody in the FBS?
I didn't know that. I didn't know that at the time, but after the game, I believe I forgot who told me. Somebody said something like I led the nation this week in rushing yards and touchdowns by running back. So I was like, God. I mean, I didn't really realize it at the time. I mean, I think I looked up and I saw I had like 150 or something like that, and I was like, well, it's been a good game. And then next thing I know, I'm at 230. So it was real awesome out there. The O-line blocked their butts off. So kudos to them.
Whenever you get that amount of yards and you're like, man, I even outran, somebody, Leonard Fournette, that's up for the Heisman, and you compare your numbers side by side, does that really make it kind of sink in, like how good of a game you guys, not just you, but the offense had all around?
Well, most definitely. I mean, when you put up massive numbers like that, just more than just individual, but as a team, it just really builds your confidence. I mean, we ran the ball good. I had 230, but totaled all the rushing yards. I think we had close to 300 that game. So to have those type of numbers is very it really helps the offense. It helps Nick out. It helps Coach Lindsey with the play calling, and it's definitely going to help us in the long run. So if we continue to have major games with good running and balanced offense, we'll be fine this year.
Jalen, the offensive output the last couple of weeks, does that give you a little extra confidence going in against Nebraska this coming week?
Oh, well, it definitely does. It's something to build off of. Just having that success and having the offensive line block like that and just everything around our whole offense, the way we played this past weekend, is just a good feeling to have that type of game going into just the next game, whether it's Nebraska or anybody else, just to have that momentum to just steady get better. I mean, we started it with Austin Peavy. You saw the offense, get moving, and then we continued it with Texas State. So I don't expect nothing less as far as the offense being able to do what we've been doing going into Nebraska.
Now, we were talking about the yards, but there were 106 total points in that game. DJ, describing it as a shootout. What's it like to be a part of a game like that?
Well, it's kind of really it's fun, but at the same time, it's like, oh God, It's like, you out there having fun. You're like, oh, they want to score. We're going to go out there and score. And then it's like irritating, like, dang, man, they just keep coming, And sometimes you have to stop yourself from, thinking that people are going to lay down, And some of us kind of got that mindset, like, we went up fast on them and we kind of expected them to lay down. But you can't think like that. I mean, it's a game of football. You still had a lot of games to play, and we have to just keep that mindset and definitely continue what we've been doing, which is, regardless who we're playing, just, basically spot the ball and let's just go play. And that's something that our coach has been implementing, and that's what we've been doing. So, I mean, it was, like he said, it was fun, but at the same time, I wish it wasn't a shootout. But, the defense, their offense was good. Their offense was not a bad offense at all. So, the defense, held them up enough for us to win. So.
Was there a time during the week, during the morning, or during the game, when you thought it's going to be good for Jalen Richard?
Well, it's funny you say that, because I was telling people like the day before the game, I just like, man, it just feels good today. I just felt good. I didn't expect a 230-yard game. But it just felt good. I just felt like I was gonna have a good game, and that's just goes back to I always feel like I'm gonna have a good game when I have a good week of practice. So early in the week I graded out good in practice. I felt good in practice. Felt like I was seeing the holes, the cuts good, and against Texas State's defense, and early on in the game got some early success, and that just kept building my confidence, and Then again, coming into halftime, Coach Simon getting in my ear to run more downhill, and I ended up busting some big runs in the second half. So it really did feel different. It felt good. So, I mean, I guess you could say I was up for a big game, but I didn't expect a 230-yard game. But, you know, the line blocked it, and, you know, I ran it. So.
Did you do anything special for the offensive lines this weekend?
We usually get them donuts. Last week we got them donuts. They were telling me they want a steak this week. I was like, man, I'm in college just like y'all. I ain't got steak money. But you know, we probably end up doing some donuts for them again. Them and the tight ends, Parks and Marini and them. And tonight we're all going to Coach Wolfen's house for dinner, the offense. So he's doing something for us tonight. So.
At one of the press conferences in the last few weeks, you had said that your senior class, you guys thought you guys were the ones that kind of started the funk, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Now you guys are 2-1 over 500 for the first time since you've been here. So to see that on paper, what does that mean for this program?
Man, it feels real good. Like I said, you know, you kind of felt like, my class brought us to the funk, but at the same time, to have that feeling to get us back out of that is going to be very rewarding when we, you know, complete the mission. And not even just seeing it on paper. We actually have somebody out at practice that puts our record up on the window. And at first, a lot of guys were mad because after the Mississippi State game, it said 0-1. But, you know, we won, and now I'm expecting out there to go out there Tuesday and see 2-1 on the window. So it's good to see that. You know, finally, like you said, I haven't been over 500 since I've been here. So right now, man, it's looking real good. But we got a long season to go. We got a lot of things to improve on and a lot of things to continue to do. So I like where we're headed, but we're not done.
And what window is that? What window is that?
Like the apartments, well, the dorms right next to the practice field. We have, I don't know who it is, but one person puts up our record when we, it was 0-1 against Mississippi State, and then they put like stickers up, and it went 1-1 against Austin Peay. So tomorrow I'm expecting to see it 2-1. So that's a nice little reminder during practice to look up there and be like, okay, we still got a long ways to go, but I mean we're heading in the right direction. So.
There have been times in your career that the running game at Southern Miss wasn't very good. Now last week Ito has 150 plus. Here you got 230. What does that mean to you?
Man, it just goes to like all the hard work that we put in with Coach Simon, Coach Meadows, and just the offensive line. It's been a great progression between the relationship between the running backs and the O-line, and getting blocks and seeing holes and understanding what they're doing and they understanding from our end what we are asked to do. And it's just been like I said, it's just the hard work that we put in between each other. Like we actually start off the week in their meetings with them, doing our meetings with them, and then going on to do our own thing. So we understand that we're all on the same page and what we expect from them, and they expect us to run hard. So again, it's just a test of just the hard work that we put in together, along with the help of Coach Meadows and Coach Simon as our coaches just leading us.